to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The run to the left. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
Big noise in the Big House for this huge third down play. Fires to the tight end.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Snap from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing. Linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Odom. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You go back to 2006.
Intercepted for the 11th time. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
They go to the ground. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You've got to keep defenses off balance.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
The give on the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest read? Love coming out with those early with passing game.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making it work.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Off play action. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Makes the grab, breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away, see where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
This is a defense that comes to play every week with bad intentions, and they set the tone in games by making hits like that. They've got players on defense that play downhill, and they come flying in. If you're a ball carrier, you better get down. You keep trying to fight for extra yards, and you don't have your head on a swivel. Watch out, because these dudes lay the low.
Chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in increase snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm now.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
that play had zero shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
That is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the quick game. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quickly complete. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and then all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, create enough separation to create a positive gain. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
They're going to run it to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the quarterback. Hey, a lot of quarterbacks want to cut. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab.
Hey, I got to be honest, I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Buckeyes are on the move. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off play action on 1st down. Quickly complete. Powers through. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire 1st half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Rides the back and leaps it. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Toss sweep right. And some room to work. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Hamilton. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. grab behind the line. It's O'Neal. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the tailback. There he goes. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. Rolling, throwing, looking right. It's caught. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Motion from the wideout. On third down, he drops to throw. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Shoot, quick toss to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
And throws off the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Cantrell. At midfield, he's got room. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the Buckeyes are flying down the field. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Snagged in the middle. It's Snow. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by 10 over Syracuse. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. Makes the catch. It's Odom. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Catch in the middle, it's Sexton. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Got room on the return. Touchdown Buckeyes! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Wants to fire on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Odom. Turning it on! He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on second down. Makes the grab. It's Shields. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd. Quarterback moving. On target over the middle. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. Third quarter, you've got lots of time, but you need to throw the football to get back in this thing.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
They'll go to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Wolverines. Fitted in the window for the score. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. Then more drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Snags it on the right. That's where they'll mark him down, but what? play there to pick up a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Open space at the 25. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
The Buckeyes are marching down the field. On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, you know, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Snagged out of the air. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Second down coming up. Back to pass. Pulls it in. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Ohio State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go, and that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll get him down after a solid return. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Running back searching for a hole. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They came in wanting to run the ball, make a statement that they could beat a higher-ranked team, and they're about to get exactly what they shot for, guys.
They did. They came in and they earned it, and they were physical, and you could tell they meant business. And when you get to add a ranked opponent to your schedule late in the year, get that win, Jesse, let's see what it does for the squad.
Yeah, they've got a lot to play for still, and there's a lot of possibility now on the horizon based on this huge win today. The coaching staff challenged them to be the more physical team, and they answered that challenge.
The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.